I'm Dr. Kendrick Johnson, an assistant professor of neurosurgery at Tulane University School of Medicine. My journey to neurosurgery was not typical in most regards. I'm from a town in northeast Louisiana called St. Joseph, Louisiana. At the last census, there were about 1,000 people who lived there. And as a frame of reference, there are no major restaurants, one school for the entire parish, and my graduating class was a total of 19 students. After graduating from high school, I went to a historically black college in Baton Rouge, Louisiana called Southern University. And from there, I was fortunate enough to get into medical school in Shreveport, Louisiana. From there, I developed my interest in neurosurgery and matched, fortunately, into a program at Illinois. After spending 7 years in Illinois, I obtained fellowship training at Memphis, one of the busiest cerebrovascular centers in the United States. And from there, I was accepted here as an assistant professor of neurosurgery at Tulane. I do have a particular passion for education and those less fortunate, and I believe that comes from my background. A lot of the patients that we take care of come from lesser circumstances, and that's where I come from. Socioeconomics plays a great deal into stroke care. If you take the map of poverty in the United States and you take the map of the stroke belt, and you lay them over each other, it looks pretty similar in most regards. So that's the kind of thing that makes you wonder, why is that? Not only do socioeconomics play a part in stroke care, also where you are in a particular state or in the country plays a significant part as well. Most larger stroke centers are concentrated in urban and suburban areas and throughout the country. And if you're from where I'm from, you're at least an hour from a place that offers thrombectomy. Recently, we took care of a young mother who was experiencing some just vague numbness in her face. And when you have to go to work for your children, that is of minimal consequence to you. This unfortunately progressed to complete paralysis and a coma. Unfortunately, she did have a particularly devastating type of stroke called a basilar occlusion. We were fortunate enough to get her into the hospital and take care of her. If she were able to get to the hospital sooner, if she recognized what the signs and symptoms of stroke were and how important those things are, we might have had an even bigger impact on her life and her children's life. So stroke is everyone's problem, from myself, who is front-facing for the patients, the nurses, to the hospital administrators, all the way up to our legislators. So we all have to realize that we all have a role to play in mitigating the impact of stroke. The first step is realizing that stroke is a national emergency, meaning not only does it take lives, it also maims, and it also affects younger populations. So it's a significant problem and a public health problem. What we can do from a policy standpoint is improve our systems of care from the legislative level to make policies where it's easier to get to stroke care, where you're mandated to go to the correct place at the correct time when you're experiencing stroke symptoms. I'd like to impart on you the basic signs of stroke. The acronym BFAST: balance, eyes, vision problems, blurry vision, facial drooping, arm weakness, typically one side and not the other, speech problems, and the importance of time. Time is brain. Not only is it important to know the signs and symptoms of stroke, it's also important to present to the right hospital. Not all hospitals are created equally with regards to stroke care. We at Tulane in specific are a comprehensive stroke center, which ideally provides the highest level of stroke care. It is imperative to know where your comprehensive stroke center is. I'm so passionate about this because my next patient could very well be my mom, my aunt, my grandmother, not literally, but figuratively.